Right everyone, WeaponCollector here. Right, I thought I would do a video on very basic bug out bags. Specifically for people who don't actually really prep, because your preppers will have proper kitted out bug out bags. But I think everyone should have a sort of getaway bag, whether you're a prepper or not. These bags, I've got 4 of them on this table that will come in very handy, and these 4 are for members of my family who don't prep at all. So if there was an emergency, not necessarily, you know, like shit hit the fan, but all of the situations you can think of, these bags would help you in it. So things like natural disasters, even a gas leak, you may have to leave your home, and if you had to leave quickly, you may not have hardly anything on you. If you could grab one of these bags, you would at least have some essentials that would help you out. All of these bags you can add stuff to, take stuff away, and there's lots of variations you can do. So what I will do now, I'll do a tabletop of one of the bags. I'll show you all 4 first, and then I'll show you the contents of one, because they're all pretty much the same anyway. So these are the 4 bags, and you can pretty much use any bag you want. In fact, if you didn't have these kind of bags, just use a bag for life shopping bag. Any kind of bag that's reasonably rugged, that won't split easily. So rucksacks and all that kind of things. A rubble sack would probably do it if you was really tight for money. And as mentioned, those sort of, I think they're 50p bag for life shopping bags. This one here is a stool, and the reason I've got this one is it's a bag that can turn into a little chair, and this one is my mother's bag. My brother would probably have to carry it, or someone else, and then this just enables her to be able to sit, because she would struggle getting off of this, but it would be easier with this than being on the floor for her, being, you know, having disabilities. So that's one thing to think about. Think about people's disabilities. And we'll go over that at the end as well. So there's 4 different bags, but it's the contents really. So I'll show you the contents of this bag. And another thing you'll notice is that these bags are not full. They're not supposed to be packed full of stuff. This is a grab bag with the very basics in it. And the person grabbing this bag will add stuff to it. That's the idea anyway. If it comes to it, they might be packing their own bags already. I guarantee they probably won't have most of the stuff in that this bag has though. So you can still just give them this extra. But ideally, you would say, here's your bag, pack your clothes, your extras, whatever you want, and then all the stuff they wouldn't think of would already be in this bag. So let's see what we've got in here. It is a very basic bag, so don't expect loads of stuff. So first off, we have a proper set of knife, fork and spoon. I do have a plastic set in here and another set. I've probably got overkill for cutlery. It's just I put those in first, then I bought something else. So that's to be able to eat. Because you've got to remember, some of the bug out situations you may be going to, sometimes in a natural disaster you'll be put in a sort of stadium area or any local sort of building where you literally just have a bed and what you bought with you. So these are just little things that help you day to day. We've got a cleaning cloth to clean things. There's a joke book there to keep you and the people you're with entertained. You could also pack cards, little games, pack of dominoes, any little sort of things that would keep people and children occupied. Cards, board games, little things though. Travel ones. Here we've got some soap, which is body soap, and in that one we've got some washing up liquid. There's a flannel there to clean yourself. And I'll be honest with you, you can dry yourself with a flannel as well. This is I think they're about less than 50p, sort of ration kit. It's the thing that goes with your food basically. So this has got knife, fork, spoon, tissues, sterilising tablets, wet wipe and a resealable bag. And when you've got that, you probably don't need these, but I had these in there already. What I did, I had those ones originally. It just gives you an idea of what you can use. So you could use plastic cutlery if you need to. If not, move on to metal cutlery, or get yourself one of these which has plastic cutlery in it, but they're better than these things. These won't last very long. A toilet roll, a scouring pad sponge to go with the soap, and that is for a cooking tin. So you do have a way of cooking if need be, and eating. So that's your bowl to eat out of. You could cook in that as well, or boil water. There are 4 sterilising tablets that do, I can't remember how much they do, but it's quite a lot. Each of those tablets will do quite a lot of water. A lighter, so you can cook your food. A cup for drinking. You could eat out of that as well. This is a buddy burner, which is a basic little stove. So used in conjunction with your pan, you could actually cook things. That's just a very basic thing, and that would have to be used outside though. But it does give you the ability, without having to add anything, to cook and heat food. To go with the buddy burner and the pans, I put a grill in mine, so that you just need to get anything that will raise it up. Just an example, I'll just use these 2 things. But that would raise it up high enough, obviously higher than that, and then you can put your pan on and cook. You wouldn't obviously use the toilet roll in the cup, but so that gives you the ability to cook, boil water. There's a little bit of rope there and some pegs, so that you could hang your clothes up and dry them, but the rope can be used for loads of different things. There's a straw there. Straw could always come in handy. A flashlight, any kind of flashlight. I recommend putting a lanyard on that. A candle, some kind of fine twine or string, just for multiple reasons. And then lastly, a little very basic sort of survival tin with some little basics in, which I'll show you now. So this has just a few things in, just to help you out. So you've got some cotton wool there, needle and thread, three more needles there, some buttons. Buttons always help because your clothes might rip. You could either sew them up or you could put a button back on, stuff like that. You'll be surprised how handy buttons can be. A pencil, a bit of dental, like a little dental brush there, some toothpicks and various plasters there, some paper, a key ring could come in handy for something, some little screw-in hooks, again might make it easier to hang up your line, some safety pins, and a bit of a eraser to rub out the ink if you need it. Some dental floss might be worth adding into that, but in my opinion this is the sort of very basic stuff that would help people out, because what you would pack in your bag, and I recommend putting a sign on here, is, so this would be on the bag when you give it to the person, so it would say add clothes, food, water, medication, you know, if it's someone who needs medication, and anything else you want. So they could then pack their clothes, as I said, their phone, their toothbrush, and the little things that they might want. But if they just had this just basic thing, you've got the bare minimum to survive. And once you've added the water, and I would recommend for water, just tell them to add a 2 litre bottle filled up, or 2 of those. That'll keep you going, you know, at least for a bit. And you can make, and I've got a video on these if you want to see them, you can make yourself 24-hour rations, and that is the size of a good 24-hour ration in my opinion. So, you know, even a packed one is reasonably big for 24 hours. That's 3 meals. And everything in here I made from household stuff as well. So if you watch the video, there'll be a link to this to show you how to make these. You could already have those in the bag if you want to. There's nothing saying you can't put those in. And obviously you can add things. And if you have any ideas... Oh, the one other thing I would add to this is just I don't have them yet. I would definitely 100% add to each bag at least 1 survival blanket. You know, the reflective blankets. I would definitely add 1 of those, or maybe 2 to these bags. And then you're pretty much sorted for basic emergency stuff. As mentioned, this isn't for your everyday prepper who's already got a bug out bag with all of this stuff and much more and much better. This is for the non-prepper, the people in your family who won't bother, you know, and you want to try and help them out, or whatever. There's multiple reasons you may want these extra bags. I have 4 for other family members. So there you go, that is it. If you have any ideas of what you could add, you could bulk out the first aid kit a little bit. Yeah, but I think this is a good starter for someone. And you know, when they grab that bag, as mentioned, they add their phone. You know, they're going to add their phone, aren't they? They're going to want to add their phone. They're going to start packing clothes. Yeah, and if you don't already have the water and all the extras in, I would recommend making a sign like that, pinning it to the front of it, so when they pick it up. The other thing you could do, if you don't want to have bottles of water in there, is squash down some 2 litre bottles and have them sat in the bottom of it, so that if they come across water they can fill those bottles up. That may be worth putting in here. Yeah, I think that's got the main basics. The only thing, as I mentioned, I would definitely add a survival blanket. Alright, I hope you enjoyed the video, hope you found it helpful. Don't forget to check out the other videos, because they may help you as well. And yeah, cheers for watching everyone. See you later.